Business owners are uniting against Metro. They say one project could cost them a lot of money and put people out of work. Channel 2's Brandon Walker joins us live from Uptown. And Brandon, what are they demanding from Metro exactly?
Well, essentially, they're calling for Metro, Sarah, to pump its brakes. We're talking about the proposed Uptown bus project. That would call for exclusive bus lanes here on Post Oak Boulevard, but the business owners are arguing that that project is illegal because it goes against, they argue, the funds that voters approved by way of a bond agreement back in 2003 to put in a light rail system. They say this is not a light rail system, rather it's a bus expansion project, and so as such it's illegal, and something needs to be done about it. These comments this morning come in response to State Attorney General Ken Paxton's office releasing a statement on the matter yesterday. I want to get a portion of that statement here on screen, tell you a bit more about what this could potentially mean. Here's an excerpt of that statement from the summary there, reading in part whether Metro's participation in the Uptown Houston Transit project violates that contract with voters, requires the resolution of fact issues that are beyond the purview of an Attorney General opinion. Essentially, the Attorney General saying that it's not up to its office to decide whether Metro is in fact at fault here by putting in the expansion of the bus system as opposed to the light rail line, which, as opponents argue, was approved by voters through that bond agreement back in 2003. Got to get some quick context for you. In the statement, contract, as you heard me say, is referring to that bond approval, a $640 million project. Metro has proposed and has broken ground on that project, and it would create exclusive bus lanes here along Post Oak Boulevard, freeing up traffic, Metro calls, also making for easy public transportation access here along the area, though critics argue again that that's not what voters approved, and as such, the Uptown bus project, as they put it, is illegal. Now, while the Attorney General's office and the statement concludes that it's up for a judge to answer whether that project is illegal, critics of the project say Attorney General Ken Paxton's statement confirms that voters approved the project that would build a light rail system, not a bus system along Post Oak Boulevard. Here's their attorney, Andy Taylor.
And that contract doesn't just include the $640 million in authorized bonds. It also includes the route and the technology. That's why Metro is now in trouble. And that's why this project is legally dead on arrival.
Attorney Taylor calling the statement again a success for business owners here along the area that have complained about the bus expansion, calling for instead that light rail project to be put in place because, as they argue, voters approved that by way of a bond approval back in 2003. So what does Metro have to say about this? Well, Metro has said that it has expanded the light rail system, all part of that bond agreement, though the legalities of that and whether that is technically part of the agreement that voters approved, it seems as though a judge would have to decide on that, and so this is gearing up to be what appears to be a long-standing lawsuit that Attorney Taylor tells us he's willing to take up to the U.S. Supreme Court if need be. Stay with us here on Channel 2 as we continue to stay on top of this story for you. We're live in the Galleria area this morning. I'm Brandon Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.